Again, it is Friday. We have our Feel Good Friday stories where we each kind of highlight a story from the sports world over the past week here. I'll throw things over to you for your story.
So my story actually is about from today, and kind of has been the wait for the last 25 years. Space Jam 2 drops today. It came out, dropped early this morning. Um, so far, some of the reviews that I've read on it is that it's kind of cheesy and whatnot, but also at the same time, for those of you who are about my age, Space Jam was one of the best movies all time growing up as a kid. So I'm definitely going to find the time to sit down and watch this, just because I feel like my life won't be complete without watching. Like, it's been 25 years since they made it. Like, you have to watch it for those of
Hmm.
you who've watched the first one. So I'm excited to watch it. It hasn't been getting that many good ratings as far as Rotten Tomatoes and some of the other websites, but 85% of the people who watched this movie ended up liking it. So without the critics' eye, people ended up enjoying the movie. So I'm gonna have to check that out. It's awesome to see LeBron including a handful of other NBA stars and women NBA players, um, to be incorporated what he's doing. That's kind of his whole motto, is sharing the wealth. That's kind of what he has done his whole career and does on a day-to-day basis. So I'm excited to check this one out.
Yeah, for sure. It should be going again. Yeah, it's been a long time uh coming for that movie to kind of come back. And looking at or when I saw like a the trailer for it or preview or whatever on TV, the rating for it is PG. So it is kind of geared towards a younger audience. Um
Yep, that's
so,
what the
so,
first one was
so,
too.
so so that could be that could be seen as why it's cheesy because PG-13 you'll have some more of like drug or sexual references, some stuff that an older audience might adhere to a little bit more, but that PG, you don't have any of that whatsoever. So I guess you got to kind of anybody who's over that kind of that high school age, you got to go into this movie with the same mindset that you did 25 years ago and just enjoy the movie as it is. And yeah, I'll definitely be watching it too as soon as I have the opportunity to. So yeah, then jumping over to my story for this week, you had briefly talked about him in the hockey world, I believe on Monday, is Stephen Johns. He sat out for the 2021 season, not because he didn't want to play, but because he couldn't. Due to the sport taking a toll on the 29-year-old Dallas Stars defenseman, he was suffering from post-concussion syndrome. In light of his condition, he took to the pavement on a 2,500-mile trek across the country on rollerblades in a movement he called hashtag mental miles. His goal was to shed light on mental illness, and along the way, he made hundreds of connections while having people join him on certain stretches, as well as getting worldwide attention for his cause. He said his goal for the project was to inspire at least one person. Come to find out, in the end, it would have an impact on millions. So, again, a great story. It didn't really get that a lot of attention, especially since it's kind of a week old now.
No one gives a shit about hockey, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Like the
or
media, I should
just
say.
even because he had brought up CTE again, kind of playing in part to his this concussion syndrome. How CTE is focused on a lot in the NFL, it's not really focused on in hockey, and it's just as much of a contact sport.
Or
So
boxing or UFC fighting, like that shit's
yeah,
even more extreme.
but I mean, good for Johns to shed some light on this. Hopefully, some people find their way to kind of to read the article. I read through the whole thing this morning. It was a great article put together and kind of his cause and what this whole thing was about. So feel free to go check it out. And there's some videos out there as well of him on his 2,500-mile trek. So
And also with that too, you can go to his Instagram and check out. He's posted a whole bunch of clips and videos and pictures too. I followed along as he was going, so awesome. I just feel like that's so awesome for somebody to turn something kind of tragic into such a beautiful thing.